Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Today we're going to have a look at the definite articles in Spanish. Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello, tu profesora de español. We're going to have a look at the different ways that we are going to say the in Spanish. And I want to give you a clue because I want you to start thinking about what are the different ways that we are going to use this definite article in Spanish. And just to give you a clue, there's 4 different ways to say the in Spanish. So in English we have only one way to say the, and in Spanish we're gonna have 4 different ways to say this. Why do we have 4 different definite articles in Spanish when you only have one in English? I give you a few seconds and I want you to tell me, why do you think we have 4 options to say that in Spanish? Okay, I hope that maybe you started to figuring things out, or maybe you had a few guesses there. Basically, we're gonna have 4 different options because we're gonna have one option for masculine, one option for feminine, and then we're gonna have one option for singular masculine and one for, of course, plural masculine, and one for singular feminine and one for plural feminine. So that's why we have 4 different ways to say that in Spanish. As you may or may not know, in Spanish we need to agree with everything in a sentence. So if we have the noun is going to determine what is the gender that we need to pretty much agree on everything. So the adjective that describes the noun has to be in the same gender and number, and the definite article as well. So let's have a look at one example. Gato. So gato, I have a question for you. See, cat. Is gato femenino or masculino in this case? So you can see gato ends in o, so it's very likely to be masculino, right? So we have a male cat in this case. Gato is going to determine the gender and the number of everything that is around it, everything that will modify this noun. So if I want to say a black cat, I'm gonna say gato negro. As you can see here, I have to match. Gato is only one, so I have to say negro. And we're gonna come back to this example after we have a look at the different definite articles to say the black cat in this case. Okay, we said there's 4 different forms to say that in Spanish. Number 1, número 1, we're going to say el. El. Repeat after me. El. El significa the, and in this case, this is the masculino singular. So this is the singular masculine definite article in Spanish. So we're going to match, or we're going to use this definite article with something, a noun that is masculino and singular. Por ejemplo, el libro, the book. The second option, número 2, is la. 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 Repeat after me. La. So la is femenino singular. So we are going to use this definite article to talk about a noun that is femenino and singular. Por ejemplo, la mesa, the table. La mesa. Opción número 3, so the third option, we're gonna have los. Los. So I want you to tell me, why is it los here? Can you think of why we have los as a third option in this case? Okay, so los is gonna be masculino plural. Masculino plural. So we are matching a noun that is gonna be masculine and plural. So more than one and masculino. Por ejemplo, los carros. The cars. And the number 4, número 4, the fourth one here is going to be las. Las. And I'm sure that by now you should know, why do we have las and what does it mean? What do we need to agree it with in a sentence? Las is going to be femenino and plural. So we're going to match it with a noun that is plural and femenino as well. Por ejemplo, las casas. Las casas, the houses. Muy bien. So those are the 4 ways to say that in Spanish. We have el, la, los, and las. Remember, these definite articles will have to match what they are describing. In this case, they're going to have to describe a noun, depending on, of course, if they're masculino, femenino, singular, and plural. So let's have a few examples here. When we go back to the black cat that we had the example before, so in this case, we're going to say el gato negro. As you can see, gato here is masculino and singular, and therefore is going to need anything that is modifying this noun will have to be exactly in the same gender and numbers. That's why we say negro, and that's why we say el. If we had, for example, gatos, in this case, we are going to say los gatos negros. Can you see now? Everything has to be matching and in agreement in a sentence in Spanish. That's why we have 4 different forms to say that in Spanish. Now let's practice. I'm going to give you some nouns, yes, some things, people or things, and I want you to tell me what is the article that we're going to need to say the thing, yeah, or the person, the animal that I'm going to tell you now. ¿Estás listo? Are you ready? Vamos. Pájaros, pájaros. Pájaros is masculino and it's also plural, so we're going to say los pájaros. Manzanas, manzanas. Manzanas es femenino, so we're going to say las manzanas. Perro. For perro, we have o, it's probably masculino, we're going to say el perro. Muy bien. Cama. Cama. Cama es femenino, so we're going to say la cama. Muy bien, eso es todo por hoy. That's all for today. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you now know how to say that in Spanish in these 4 different ways. Muchas gracias y nos vemos en la próxima clase. Adiós.